this thing here is not. Much. Oh, namaste. Welcome everyone to Satsang this morning. And also, each day we extend a big welcome to all of you who are joining us via broadcast from various parts of the world today in order to share in Satsang in real time as we are here together in Rishikesh. So, big welcome for everyone. Very good. So as I was coming in, someone at the door, you? Okay, you better come. He says, I can't wait. Please, will you choose me first? So I want to know.
Namaste, Mooji.
Namaste.
Namaste, everybody.
Yeah.
I'm at the end of the road. I feel it very strongly, very deeply. 2 days ago, I read something in Facebook about 10 people die in a helicopter crash in Argentina. It was for a TV show, and there was 3 sportmen and women in the helicopter, French. Just the name was Camille Muffat, Florence Artaud, Alexis Vastine. So Alexis Vastine lost his sister 1 month ago. It was Célie Vastine. And it makes me feel very,
Vulnerable.
Yeah.
Vulnerable. Gotcha.
And I don't want to understand, and I don't know why it's touched too deeply. Maybe it's because I had almost the same age, I don't know. And yesterday you talked about the men who come here and ask you one-to-one.
Yes.
And you want to die before die.
Yes.
The body die. And for me, I want the same thing. But I want to die today. Last night, I can't sleep. I couldn't sleep all night. Because all the fear come very strongly. But it was a silly fear. It was like maybe I will have a tuk-tuk accident here, lose my arm, something like that. Or maybe when I go back to France, the airplane crash. And after, it was child fear, like a ghost. Ghosts. And you post, not you, but in your Facebook page, you post something like all the fear is like ghosts. When you look straight, the fear, they disappear. And I did that yesterday. And some fear dissolve, but I felt a deepest fear. It's to die.
To die.
Yeah. The body-mind died. And I have not a question. Maybe, yeah. I don't know if you have seen the movie Fight Club.
Fight Club?
Yeah.
Fun Club or
Fight
Club?
Yeah.
No.
No. Okay.
I will make a note of it.
Yeah. It's like, for me, an Advaita movie.
Aha.
Yeah.
Okay.
Already. You talk about everything, you know. I don't want to talk about this today, but in this movie, Brad Pitt asked to Edward Norton, can you punch me as strong as you can? Something like that. And I want the same thing. I want you scared me as strong as you can.
That is your chosen method. I might have a different method. I want to, maybe more appropriate for you. I don't know. But at the end of it, it is the urge, an urge inside, to go beyond the routine fear and this kind of anxiety that comes, and it comes with the body-mind identity. It is part of the deal. It's like a package deal. As soon as the consciousness takes on the mode or the makes a portrait of itself as the body-mind person, then all these things are coming from there. Then the person thinks it's coming from there. But actually it's coming from here, you see, it's coming from inside. But it doesn't seem like that to the one. It doesn't seem, always it seems like it's outside. You see. You have heard me speak about the same thing. One man, he goes to the doctor, and the doctor asks, what can I do for you? He says, everywhere is hurting. Everywhere is hurting. What? I've not heard of anything. You had an accident? No. But every time I touch, it's hurting. I touch here, it hurts. I touch, it hurts here. I touch there, it's hurting. Everywhere look at, it's hurting, no? So the doctor said, I have never seen anything like this. He said, also on top of your head, it hurts. The doctor said, no. Let me examine everything, because I've never seen. So the doctor examined everything. Then finally he sits the man down, he looks at him in the face, and he says, sir, you've got a broken finger. You see? How you don't know that? Everywhere I touch, but it's really but so your finger is broken. And so the point was that it's as though it's there is hurting, it's here is hurting, it's there is causing me trouble, it's that is causing me thing. But actually it's arising from inside the I itself. And this, of course, we all laugh and say, oh, silly man. But also, silly we also, because we don't understand that it's not what's happening here, it's who you are here who is experiencing it that will determine what that is. Because if you look out, and we are all here sitting, looking out, if that was true, anything here was true, then it would be true for everybody here. But each one will respond differently, because from where you're looking and who you're looking as. For someone looking, they say, oh my God, that is the strongest experience in my whole life. But the one sitting next to them may say, it was nothing at all. So it's clear that it's not in the thing outside, it's not in the external, it's in the internal thing. Then there is something which is internal to the internal thing, in which even the internal things of feelings and thoughts and emotions and fears and identity feels external even to that one. So if you're following me, where are we? If we are in the position whereby even the thoughts and the feelings are in front of you. Your thoughts, feelings, imagination, memory, any sensation, any story, it's in front because you can look at it, you're perceiving it. Let's do it now. Don't listen to me like in some abstract way. It's deeply practical thing. So from now, what we are talking about, the world that we see on this side of the eyes, on the outside of the eyes, everything you see belongs to time. Everything is there, is changing. Everything comes and goes. You see? And behind the eyes, in the realm of feelings and thoughts, sensation, imagination, memory, intellect, all these things, also there is the perceiving of those also. Would you agree? Would you agree that even those are perceived, no? Okay. Including your fears, the anxiety, the news you are recalling, the news that's just happened recently, and also the anxiety, the response that comes, you are perceiving them. To the extent that when they change, those moods, and they will change, from moment to moment, from hour to hour, they may change. They are also observed to have changed. Now I'm feeling better. I'm feeling more calm. So now calm is also experienced. Calm is also perceived. And then also after calm comes also maybe some doubt. And they say, yes, now doubt is arising here now. Now I'm feeling some doubt. So all this is in front. You're perceiving it. That's what it means to perceive something. But that which is perceiving everything, on this side of the eyes and behind the eyes also is perceiving. Is it possible to identify that, what it is? Can it itself be perceived? These are immediate questions, and you may look now to see, we have time for this, that which is perceiving everything. Meaning, without it, nothing is perceived. So the very fact that you're experiencing, so even the functioning of experiencing, there's perceiving of this experiencing. That to whom all of this, all these sensations in the waking state are somehow being perceived, is that itself perceivable? Is it material or immaterial? Is it itself an object that's doing the perceiving? Can you please now look again? Some of you have done this many times. And some people are living in the unbroken awareness of this. Some people here now, their life experience is the unbroken knowing and being this. And yet they're not doing anything at all. They're just aware now that this is like this. You see, in the same way, there are some people, maybe some members of your family, you can more easily be aware of this. You have experienced some things that they have not yet experienced. And because they have not yet experienced this, you watch them suffering. And you would like to say to them, if only you could see it from the place I'm seeing, you would not be suffering so much. So it is clear that some beings have gone further ahead or deeper into the experience than others, and you can see why certain things still continue, why this pain is continuing, because you yourself was at this point one time. And you can say, yes, I used to look like you're looking now, and it was causing me so much pain. And because of that, now somehow I discovered, and I'm looking in a different way. Same eyes like you, same eyes, same objects are there, but the way they're being experienced is different now because I'm not anymore identified personally with what I'm seeing. So in the same way that at the level that you are looking now, there are some beings who have gone even more subtle than that. They don't go there even, they are there. They're looking from that standpoint. And normally and continuously, that's how they perceive. But they're not doing any yoga of perceiving. They're just perceiving. Yeah? So now I'm inviting this level of seeing, because why? In everyone it is functioning. In everyone it is there. So I'm just calling your attention to it to see if you are aware of this and if you can acknowledge this and just see what happens out of your awareness of yourself. Normally, when we speak from the place of anxiety and desire and anger and frustration and so on, is because you are identified personally. You're in a state of personal identification with your form and with conditioning, you see? And the person, when consciousness experiences as a person, the experiencing is much more turbulent, much less stable, not stable, you see. Today I feel like this, tomorrow I feel like that, this I feel like this. And of course, because feelings are always changing. But here in satsangs, you're being pointing to that place from where these changes are perceived, but itself is not changing. And you are asked now if you are aware of this. I've been using the example of these two birds in a tree again. One bird on the branch is making a nest and flying and coming back and making nest. That bird corresponds to our dynamic expression as life. Your job and relationships and you're doing, and each day you're constructing and thinking and making plans and keeping contacts going and so on. Above this bird, on a branch just above, a bird that looks identical simply observes. It observes not only the bird below who is active doing things, it's in such a beautiful state of observing, it's not personal at all, so it's also aware of the sky and the leaves and the wind and the bird, and even itself it's aware. So this corresponds to the witnessing principle, the natural sense of presence when you say I or refer to yourself as I. It indicates consciousness, presence, beingness, same thing, consciousness. So from this place you're merely observing, and all the movements that are taking place, not just in the body, but in the realm of thought and feeling, all of this is in front of you. Or you may say it's surrounding the sense of you. If you feel that it is surrounding you, then obviously you have a sense of yourself as an object, because only an object can be surrounding you. Nothing can surround space, because it has no limit. So if you feel that something is surrounding you, you have a limit of yourself, a shape, and then there's things around you. If you say, I am in there, when I go to that place, it means that you are a tourist. There's the place and you arrive there and you keep being you, the body that arrived there and the place you arrive in. Now, is this place where you're looking from at everything, even the most subtle things you see? That there are some sensations, some thoughts, which are so subtle, there are no names for them. There's no name. We don't have a way of calling it anything. Still, you are aware of this thing. So you, this awareness that's right now, in whose presence even my words are appearing, they're being heard, and understanding is taking place, and still there's an awareness of this environment and the ambient in this place, and there's an awareness of yourself being here, but you are doing nothing at all. This awareness itself, is it a person? Now this question is for you. Is it a person? Does it have any opinions about anything? So, where does the incident that you just recall, which we understand, you've heard it, it has a particular impact inside your being somewhere. It has an impact on the idea you have of who you are, on your self-image and the idea of yourself as a person. It has an impact on this. but is it having a similar impact on the place behind where the person is seen? Can you experience? So you're able to feel on one layer of your being, naturally, the impact of an incident that happens in time, on the platform of time, in the realm of time, on the aspect of yourself which functions in time. You know this aspect, and you also know the sense of yourself there as a person. And yet behind this, there is a greater space that is not a person. You see? Now, is this space behind, is it any different from you? Let's take just a moment and look. The space behind, is it you in the space, or you are the space? Can we have a sense? Are you aware of this space like, oh, it's a big void, and I'm floating in the big void? Or you, are you there? Are you here?
Yeah, I'm just there.
You're here. As what are you here? As what are you here? As a shape? Do you have a shape or a size in it? Are you a man there? Or are you, what are you there? Are you from France there? Just feel now. Is there any distance? Is there any distance being perceived? Or separation being perceived here, please? Everybody? Is there? Huh? No one is there. Share with me, what is happening? You're just watching, just watching. Now something watches. Is this something a something like a thing at all? Is it got a shape? Is it a particular kind of form or something? Cannot describe. Yes. Can it be found? Like, can it be caught? Can it be photographed in any way? Huh? Is it different from you? The space in which even this body is appearing inside this subtle space of pure intelligence, you can say, of the power of perceiving is functioning there, but it itself, is it functioning? Is it functioning? Functioning is seen, body moving, the memory of an incident that had an impact that sent the pulse beating, the heart is beating faster. All this is perceived. Let's not try to do anything about that. Don't try to suppress this. Don't control this. Let it be there. But be here in the seeing. Be here in the seeing also. Not to escape from that, but use that to see what sees this, in what is this appearing, you see? Yeah. Don't just think. Don't turn it into any kind of philosophy or just use it now. Now your mind might say, but what's the point of it? What's the use of it? Nothing is happening there. How can I use it? It's not valuable to me. I can't use it to become more rich. I can't do it, I can't control it. Now, is this voice, if this voice come, how credible is this voice? Do you know this voice? Do you know the voice that will come and say, yeah, okay, so what? There is space. Okay, there's space. But so what? What to do with the space? Is it going to pay my rent? Do you know this voice that says, yes, that's okay. You can come, I can come back here anytime I want. I can come there. But now I have to go back to the real world. You know? This is not helpful when I have to go back to reality. Do you know this voice? Now you know where it is, you discover. Now you can always come back here. Do you know this voice? And who is it speaking to? You found it. You found it. Well done. Eureka. Do you know this voice? Who is it speaking to? Is it speaking to the space? Or is it speaking to an idea of someone who has discovered the space? This is something that is immediate, you see. This is immediate. That is not a philosopher's question. We have come ready to take on a journey. But before you make the first step, and you will also say, I've come to the end of the road. So what happens after the end of the road? I am not putting you on another road. Where are you, Izzy? Because as you discover this, also the mind, that aspect of yourself that functions to challenge you when you are discovering yourself, it will say things like, well, okay, so what now? What now? You have made the great seeing, the great enlightenment, what now? Who is it speaking to? The one who may go, oh my God, yes, what now? Mooji, what now? Or is this one also just a thought, a very cherished thought? And who has been cherishing this thought? So a power that arises from the great space, the power you may call belief, the power to identify, the power to love, the power to see, maybe the power to identify has come out of this and created the sense of a seeker who must find this. It's all the play of consciousness, by the way. And we are all in this game, tasting along the way, using your different powers, discovering powers that you've always had but have not used, discovering how much we can absorb, sometimes not even intentionally, things that are not in service to your freedom. But now in satsang, maybe some stuff is coming up. Things are coming up. There are many people who today, they are in bed right now. They are sick with all different kind of things. Mostly diarrhea. It is a popular satsang sickness. Or satsang flu. They are just tired and they just feel I can't go today and this type of thing. It is okay. It is all part of your satsang burping up. Something is burping up. And it is coming up by itself like this, you see. And if you are able simply to keep quiet and just observe rather than identifying with what is coming up. Just observe. Don't identify. All this is a clearing out like that. Keep not looking at the objects that are coming and going. This is the habit. It's okay. It's okay also. But now try and look for the one who is looking at it. or the place where the seeing of them arises. You don't have to leave one, you don't have to turn to the left or to the right, or make one step or 1 millimeter. You don't have to do it, to find the one I'm talking. Because there's no distance involved. Now, some people have been using this type of inquiry as a kind of painkiller. When something comes, they feel afraid. They say, who is afraid? Who is afraid? And who is afraid? Ah, it's good. He's gone. Okay. Now, back to Facebook. Okay? All right. So, although you may be using your inquiry like this, it is not using or it for its highest value, you can say. Because in the mirror of inquiry, you will discover your true self. It is not merely a physical mirror, not a physical mirror. It is a mirror in which the formless becomes aware of itself. The physical mirror is where the form is perceived. But in the mirror of self-inquiry, that which cannot be seen with fleshly eyes, that one comes to know, comes to be aware of. How are you feeling at the moment? Peaceful. That peacefulness may pass and be replaced by agitation. But from the same place that you are perceiving peace, you can also perceive agitation also. Some form of restlessness might be there. And you may use the same method of inquiry to check, and to look who is restless, because when these sensations come, we tend to identify. And when you identify, you take it personally. I am feeling so bad, I don't know, I am so, I don't know. And this tendency to identify intensifies the feeling of pain or suffering. But if you just observe, and especially if you observe with some detachment, it will take it away, move it further. And not only that, you become more aware just of this observing function. And it feels very intimate, that even intimacy can be perceived. Even intimacy can be perceived. So if intimacy can be perceived, what is perceiving it? And I don't want a verbal answer, mental answer. Let the question open up itself inside your heart. It is showing you something. Even the question is a light that is revealing something. You are able to see, no? Even intimacy is perceivable. What is the weakness of intimacy? The fact is already here that even intimacy is being perceived. Who are you here? Who are you here? Where even intimacy is perceived, you see? Who are you? Are you a person here? Just feel, don't so much think. And feel with your intuitive sense. At this stage of perceiving, to this degree of subtlety, are you a person here? Are you a person? Are you personal? Your answer is you. Only you now must answer. Are you giving an answer or are you the answer? Eh? Will you give me an answer or is it you who are the answer? But not you personally, you see. And some people come to a beautiful state in this type of inquiry. They feel, oh my God, I feel so good, I feel so good, I feel so good, I feel so light. I'm so happy, I'm so happy. Yeah, let the lightness be there, let the happiness be there, let the peace is there. Why? Because you're not dividing yourself. Let it be there. Oh? But don't be attached even to the peace. Don't say, yes, yes, I've found it. No, let the peace be there. Peace naturally is there. Peace is your perfume. The joy is also felt. Don't try to get rid of the joy. Don't say, yes, I am beyond the joy. No, let the joy be there also. It is your perfume. You don't need to separate the perfume from the flower. There's a spaciousness here. Yeah. Yes. Be aware of that spaciousness. But what is aware of this spaciousness? Can this be found? Now, are you an object now? How will we find you? Normally, you give an address. Somebody, where do you live? Huh? Live in Laxmanjula, in Tapovan I live. This is my address, write it down. And so we go to this house, we see a house, we see the address, and then if you knock on this door, we are likely to find you. Ah, you've come, thank you, this is where I live. But this is a more immediate address. This is your house also. It means that if we see this body, it's likely you're there, isn't it? Yeah. Sometimes you're not there. Sometimes your body is there and you go, hey, hey, George, and not there. Okay? But generally, when we see this house, we knock this as, George, hey, how you doing? I'm here, I'm in. You can't say I'm out. I'm in this one, no? So even inside this house, but who are you inside this house? Where's the bedroom of this house? Which part of this house do you reside most? You see, if you chop off the hand, you say, oh, I lost my hand, but you're still here. I'm still here, 100%. If you chop off the arm, you can't say, actually, I'm only 87% because my arm is gone. Take off both legs. You cannot say, actually, now only 38% of me is here. Chop off the other arm. And then, okay, 30% is here. Then if you chop further, then we don't know. If you move the arms, you can still say, I'm still fully here. I'm still fully here. I saw one thing. It was in England, we have one program called Monty Python. And there was one man, he was fighting and they chopped off his legs and he was still, come, I want to fight. Chopped his arm and he's still jumping around. I want to fight you. No arm. Because the anger doesn't need an arm, it's still there, you see. But if they cut this, then finish. So is it up here that you're living most? Where are you? Lord Krishna is saying, no. That which exists can never not exist. And that which does not exist can never exist. This one is eternal. He cannot be burnt or wetted. This one is imperishable. What is he speaking about? then you have to find this imperishable one. Maybe the fear is good. Fear comes, I'm going to die, I don't want to die, I want to die before I die, please help me. Is what? Because this trauma is going to accompany the body-mind identity. Because everything there belongs to time and will come to an end, and so fear comes. But this fear is being used to aspire to find that which time cannot take away. The fear triggers the urge, the search to find that which is imperishable. So while the body is warm, you must use this time, this body, to find that which is imperishable. Satsang is where you have come. After living all your life so far, it brought you to this point, you're here now. What are you going to find here now, today? It must be to discover that which is imperishable. Because if it was not here, then you can say, we're really doomed. If there was no way out, that the body will go, your thoughts will go, your beliefs will go, all this will go. Boom, end of. But in the intelligence of being, something knows, no, there's something here that is not caught like that, cannot be burnt, cannot be destroyed. Or is it a theory? You see? Then from time to time, beings have come in whose presence you instinctively, you intuitively know, this is eternal. This is an immortal being. Who told you this thing? Huh? Because they trigger again that awareness inside. They are not preachers. They did not come to preach or even to teach, but to demonstrate somehow. Their lives were a demonstration. Blessed is the one whose life is the evidence of truth. Do you preach truth? No, don't have to preach it. You only have to discover. And those who are sensitive in the heart, they will know you. They'll be drawn by your light. They'll be drawn by the presence somehow. Everything you can show, time says, haha, all this belongs to me. All that belong to me. All your thoughts, your dreams, all your beautiful wealth, all that you amass belong to me. I will eat all of this. Look back, I've eaten everything. All that you call history is in my belly. Time says this. Yet, you are searching for something which time cannot swallow. Where is it then? And you are going to find it today. Somebody has to find it today. At least someone. In fact, it is not hidden and it is not hiding. It is not hidden and it is not hiding. Something seems to have eclipsed. And we are looking at the thing that seems to eclipse, but yet it cannot be eclipsed in a physical sense. Meaning, eclipse means that there's something I want to see and something gets in front, and that. But what you're trying to find cannot be there. It cannot be there. So nothing can eclipse it because it is not a form. It has no shape, it has no dimension. So nothing can eclipse it. You say, oh, my mind is blocking me. It is not true. That's the belief. What can the mind block you from seeing? The self? The self cannot be there. What you have to realize is the self is looking, actually. It is looking. Hmm? Hmm? Somebody, you can find her. If she can speak, you can bring her here. Huh? All is good. All is good. Sometimes the impact of seeing comes and it's burning something that is not real. You see? Yeah. Sometimes the impact of seeing is burning something, or it's something we are holding on to something, and the impact of your seeing is burning this thing. And we still have some attachment, and so pain come for this thing. Yeah. Then if she stays, it's because her higher choice is to find freedom, you see? But sometimes inside, not crying at all, you know? Outside it's crying, inside not crying. Sometimes laughing also coming. Okay. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Come. Come. Come and sit here for me. Okay. Okay, come. Let me see you. Here. Tell me what is happening. What is happening? What is the problem? Look at me. Okay, you stay here for now. What is happening? What is happening? What's happening? Hurting? No. What is happening? Speak. Here, talk to me. Tell me what is happening. Yeah. What is happening? Huh? Joy?
Love.
Love is happening. Is happening. Love is happening. So everything is okay then.
Just want to free, like, it has to be free.
It has to be free. It has to be free. It has to be set free. It has to be free. But it is free. It is free. Yes, it is free.
Mind comes in between.
Mine is trying to come in between. It wants to make a threesome. Mine is coming inside. He says, no, I want to be, no. But him you reject. He said, no, we don't need you. Love does not need any opinion. Mine only wants opinion. He only comes with opinion. He wants to come to divide also, to create some separateness. But there's no separateness, is it? Is there some separateness? Huh? Huh? This is love, but no love story. You know, love story? Love, no love story. Huh? Yes, this is very nice love. See?
There's no address to this love.
Huh?
No address.
There's no address. There's no address. Also, no address. No address even. Yeah. Just like this. Just like this. Whatever seems to be covering seems to be covering the self, or covering the heart. Sometimes feel like this, you know. In one moment, it is seen that it has no reality, you know. Just belief has kept it afloat for so long, and in an instant, it is seen, but it's not having any reality at all. You see. So when you see something has no reality, you don't have to practice. You just see, but it's not true. It's not true. That I can be, separated from God or from the truth. And these are just ideas that they were believed, and they've caused so much pain. That God rejected you, and life is against you. This is not true at all. Not true. Everything okay then? So you want to sit here a few minutes, or you can go back? Okay, you want to sit a few minutes here? Or you want to go back and sit down?
As you say.
I don't say anything. Okay, you stay for a little bit. Okay, somebody. Okay, someone here. Oh, stay. Thank you.
Namaste.
Namaste.
Thank you for offering these satsangs here in India.
Thank you.
There's been an urge to know, but I cannot describe what it is.
Mm.
And the best I can describe it is, want to know what is behind what, what's before what, what's before everything. And in the seeing of subtle stillness to the movement, to the growth, the whole range of things that you can see. There's no I-ness there. The I doesn't find a landing place. I'm borrowing that word from you. You say that often. Okay. Nothing seems to be not other. Everything seems to be other. So, on the one hand, there is urge to know. Maybe it's the urge to know myself. And on the other hand, there is not other. Everything is other. So I'm in a bad place now, looks like.
And who is in the bad place?
Yeah. These are some of the questions very hard to kind of pin
but
down.
there's an immediacy about it, you see?
Yes.
Because I'm not inclined to put questions which you're going to have to go home and think about a lot. Because immediately something feels that, I can see that everything in front, it's ephemeral, it comes and goes and so on.
Yes.
Yeah, and but that leaves me in a bad place or something. Then I said, me is what? Who is in the bad place? Is that not also a sensation or a feeling? Also?
Yes.
Yes. Yeah.
It kind of just something floats in front of you, just there. Maybe a combination of thought and feeling and something. Maybe it's a moment.
Yeah.
It's something it's a moment. So that is seen also. So.
Yes. The seer of this, the perceiver of this movement, is that itself a movement?
Relative to the scene, not.
Not. Okay. I like that you say.
But otherwise, I don't know. I mean, sorry, just words, but.
The words have to mean something. They have to. Yeah. They must have something in them more than just dictionary words. They have something.
Yes.
And energetically, one feels it. I don't know if you are aware of this, but energetically, two people can speak the same sentence, but energetically, one will connect with you and touch your heart, and the other one will just annoy you. But it may be the same words are spoken. So it cannot just be only the words. It must be the authority inside the word, or that there's a real, something genuine there. Then it takes out, it removes anything that's offensive, which will only be the ego. You see? Because words are just words. But it's the speaker of them. Who is the speaker of them? You see? So this we have to try and make clear now. Because you say, yes, I see all these things, but then it leaves me in a certain place, a certain position, and then I says, identify who this me is. Who is this me, you see? Is it a victim? Is it something that, what is it? And I asked you also, can this me sense also be perceived? Yes, it's perceived. So therefore, a deeper awareness must be present in order that even this subtle sense of I is also perceived in it.
Yes, there is a deeper sense of awareness.
Yes.
You can call it, just pure awareness maybe, just awareness of itself.
Yes, yes.
But that also seems like kind of back to the wall, what's behind, or, somehow there is a bit of...
No, only if you give it an image.
Okay.
If awareness is given an image, you see? If the awareness is given an image, then you can place it. You can say that, it's behind or it's against the wall or something. Does it have an image?
Image, I can't say image, but I can say it's localized. Somehow feels very local, very here. So.
It feels very localized. When awareness localizes itself, it arises as the feeling I am.
somehow nothing feels I.
Yeah.
Nothing feels like I. Everything seems other. So
Right. But then why you say then it leaves me in a bad place, meaning I.
yes, but there's no other way to express. So
Yeah. No, but it's saying something, no? That it leaves me in a bad place means that there's a sense of that there's a difficulty, there's some trouble. How can I
yes,
get to a good place? Who is this I, you see?
yes,
And is it worthy of further attention?
absolutely. So
Yeah. Right. So only you must clarify which should we move with now? The I that was having some difficulty, like it's placed in the wrong place, or should we disregard that as merely a sensation?
we can disregard that as a
Okay,
sensation.
disregarding that, what remain? Yeah. Maybe you can sit there, maybe get a chair and we can sit there. Okay, darling. Mhm. Disregarding this I, what remain now? Don't use mind now. You don't need mind, because mind is going to give you something again to see. What remain? You are fully here, so what remain if you remove this feeling of the I that can be agitated, which is perceivable, and because it is perceivable, we know that it is perceived inside a greater space.
Yes,
Yes, okay. So removing this, or rather not giving attention to this I feeling anymore,
Yes.
what remain?
that greater space.
Yes. And you? What is testifying to the greater space?
That's the question. That's the question. So
Ah,
that's what I meant when I said back to the wall. It's I can see there's
only the great space can be aware of the great space.
yes.
And its words are not enough also. We don't have a word for it. You see, you have to go to words that have the subtlest meaning, like emptiness or nothingness or space, which don't give images now, because you've left the realm of images now. Even you don't want to use I, you say. So let's leave the I-less one then. So without I, and it is still some intelligent principle remain somehow, but it has no shape, it has no dimension, it is not in the foreground or the background, it cannot be said to be inside or outside. Yeah. Then I ask you, who are you?
I don't want to repeat I am that, but
Why not? Blasphemy?
no, not blasphemy.
What?
So, seems too huge to be I don't know. So
It seems too huge to be I. Yes, yes,
so
yes. Where do you get the power to perceive it? Its hugeness.
from that hugeness. So,
Yes, yes.
yeah, so somehow I'm just stuck here. So
Yeah. So what is stuck? What is stuck? Only an idea can be stuck.
yeah, something that's trying to make sense.
Yeah.
It's trying to
This
place.
is, this is the mind. The mind is stuck. Because it needs to have something tangible to interpret or to, so just to measure. And it cannot measure something like this. And still, some importance is being given to this feeling.
Yes.
You see, otherwise it could be easily disregarded. How many people are still with me in this moment for me? Thank you, that's good, very good. So, still some importance is being given to this sensation to make it worthy, to say, yes, we need to look at this.
Yes.
And it can only be identity or something is saying this. But is that which is saying, yeah, this is still the problem, is this a credible voice or sensation, you see? Or could it just be disregarded? does it have any impact upon the great space?
Yeah. Disregarding that, it seems like there's nothing to hold on to.
Yeah.
In the sense,
Yeah.
just words, but where do you go? Like no firm
You or
ground.
who, again?
No firm ground. To, right?
Yeah. So you are what then?
I don't know. I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
So it's useful to keep the sense I. It is useful to keep the sense I. It is a natural name of consciousness. When consciousness announces itself in the body, it announces itself with the vibration, the sense I am. It is perfectly okay to say I am. Just don't confuse the I as the person. The I is this intelligent principle that relative to the waking state, a term that you use, it is the weakness of all that arises or appears in the waking state consciousness.
Yes.
You see? And it is also self-aware also. But it does not need any sort of tangibility, any form. All you can say is that it's aware of itself as the quality of presence.
Yes, kind of just pure awareness.
Yeah.
Just aware, that's it.
Yeah.
So,
But you say it is localized.
yes,
And I
it is
say when it's localized,
Yes.
the most purest form of its localization is the sensation I exist or presence. If you don't like the feeling I, you may call it presence.
Oh,
or
is that the
consciousness.
presence? I see.
Presence is same thing.
Oh, I see.
Yes.
Okay. It feels like kind of home, it's peaceful and...
Yes.
Yeah.
It is the unlearned or the untaught way of knowing who you are. The sense I am.
Yeah, but that doesn't seem enough. Still something seems to be not home yet fully, seems like that. So.
Yes. First, you, I guess, established yourself in the space of the I am, which is unmixed, whereby observing of phenomenal movements take place, but without identity. And it's a very, very beautiful form. It is the purest form of experiencing. It does not have any nationality or gender or any belief system. It's very clean, pure. This consciousness is pure.
Absolutely.
Yes. Nevertheless, at some point, itself is feeling like, but it's also perceivable.
There is a sense, yes, that it is perceived. Yeah.
So if it is being perceived, it must be being perceived in a space that is even more subtle than itself.
Yes.
When you're in the position to perceive it, then you must be also beyond it. Or let's say the perceiving must be beyond the limited. Then when the sense I am or the presence feels itself to be limited, sometimes I call it the deity of the waking state because everything reports to this.
Yes.
But now you have come unusually and say, but even that also feels limiting. So therefore there is a space not opening up, but it is there from where even the sense I am is being perceived now. And there's no name for this. For such a one, if they are compelled to stay in the realm of only I am, they start to feel, but even I still feel a bit bound, even in I am.
It does feel that way, yes.
Okay. So now if you are in the position to observe even the intuition of presence, you are already beyond the presence.
This is where, no description, no
description.
no I-ness.
No I-ness.
And then maybe mind is trying to just put it into a book, maybe, so...
Yes, but mind cannot succeed here. Mind has never succeeded, actually.
Yes.
Its success is that it fails.
Yes.
This is the success of mind. It merely, I would say, tries to imitate the self. That's its work, because the consciousness has to feel the sense of doubt or confusion and so on, and to use the very doubt as a sort of, you may say, a contrast or some friction in order to exercise its spiritual muscle of discernment, to then recognize that I am free of that. You see, and for that it creates this movement of evolution, of growth, that it gets more and more mature, more and more subtle, and is able to perceive a very subtle, on a very subtle level. If you are able to perceive I am, that is very subtle. If you're able to perceive even the sense of presence, and why I say this, because the sense of presence is joyful, it's peaceful, it's happy.
It is, but you can perceive it not for a very long time, but it does come and go. So
Yes. Why are you not content with the I am?
It's clearly seen in front of you, so it's coming and going.
No, we're not talking about the I am as person.
Yes, we're talking about the stillness.
Yeah, you're not talking the I am as person. Now you're talking I am as the stillness,
Right.
as the peace. I am very happy to have a conversation like this.
It's the same I am. For instance, in the waking state, there is movement. When the attention is in the movement, it seems like it is the I am.
Yes.
And when the attention is in the stillness, it also seems like I am. But both are not quite there. It's just not scratching. It's not quite there. So something. So that's why I'm here.
Yes.
I might be using all words, but
No, it's good. It's good. I'm liking very much now.
Take me out.
Yeah.
Get
But
me
you
out.
are. But you are out now. If you are able now, you've come here only to clarify that indeed the presence is perceivable.
Absolutely, it is.
Yeah, it is perceivable.
Even though for a short time, and it doesn't last for too long.
What doesn't last for too long?
The presence. So
The presence doesn't last for too long.
yes.
So when the presence doesn't last for too long, what remains?
It backs to movement. Back to movement.
Back to movement.
Yes.
Ah, you've gone back the other way. I thought you'd gone the other way.
That's why I'm here. Tell me how or whatever.
Oh, you changed it now. You see, okay, because actually, normally when you are able to say that now the witnessing of presence, that presence itself is being discerned as itself becoming phenomenal to me now. Is
But as in when I do witness it, it is.
it itself becomes phenomenal.
Yes. So
But then when you stop witnessing it, or when when it's not there, what happens? You say you go back to person, like a mixture of person and presence.
Yes.
You are caught in the phenomenal
Yes.
identity.
yeah, still peaceful, still nice, but
It's still, yes.
But you can see, and then when you're out, when you look back, we know that it was there in front of you. So.
Right. And then apart from this, you are otherwise in the state of presence. But when are you in the state when you are aware of presence?
It's simultaneous. When you're in presence, you simultaneously know
Yeah.
that it is.
That
There is awareness that it's a state of presence. So there
Yeah.
is awareness simultaneously.
So you are aware that that is presence.
Yes.
Okay. So can you be just the awareness in which presence appears?
Sometimes it seems like that, but very.
You know,
very
awareness
brief.
is not sometimes, you see, this is the thing, isn't it?
No, I mean
Yeah.
when I say again, don't ask me what this my is, but my awareness of it's a very fleeting, very short. There is a sense that something larger, and the presence is seen in that.
Yes.
And the presence is gone, the moment is seen. So kind of use.
So when the moment the presence is gone, because the presence is seen, and as soon as the presence is seen, the presence is gone, leaving you, excuse me, maybe like that, gone. Leaving, so then presence is gone. When presence is gone, what remains? Is it absence, or what remains? Then mechanism of identity is back? Or that...
It's a bit cloudy there, so.
Yeah, you see.
It's a bit cloudy there. So.
Who follows my point? Very good. Because if presence is aware of there's presence, and presence is that through which the functioning of the perceiving of life is taking place. This is the second bird on the branch, no? That is just looking. It's not only looking at the first bird. It's just looking, and in its view, the first bird and the sky and the wind and everything is perceived. It's like that. The activities of life, including the sense of the person moving. So it's not just watching the first bird. It's aware of the first bird. It's, because it resembles it so much. But it's also aware of the sense of the sky and all phenomenal things it's aware of. And it is also aware of itself, being aware of the things. It's aware that of its own presence being there and simply observing, meaning that it's not involved in the things that it's looking. It's able to perceive, just like you can be looking at this thing, yeah, but you lose nothing in seeing it because you're not shopping through the senses for experience. So it is experience without desire. So it is perceived very clearly because desire changes the thing and make it into something else. So you can look, and most things actually, you're looking like that because you have no particular interest in them.
Yes.
Isn't it?
Yes.
Most things you can look at and with equal vision. Yeah? You have no interest in them. So when you turn away from them, you don't carry them. They don't trouble you.
Yes.
So usually we are only troubled by the things we have some interest in because they keep popping up and you have a relationship of gain and lose. Or, that brings in other complexities,
Yes.
which is fine also because consciousness needs to experience all these things. But it doesn't have to experience and form a relationship with everything it perceives. It can perceive anything, a microscope, telescope, but it's not addicted necessarily to the things it sees, it perceives. This is the important thing. Then why is it attracted and attached to some things and not to others? And the things that it is deeply attached to, it loves them, it forms a relationship and an identity with them, and it brings in a complexity to the consciousness. We are aware of this, and nobody seems to escape it.
Yes.
You see? Then what happened after this? Is it because the things are bad? No, they're not bad. The things in themselves is not bad. But something is compelling a relationship to be formed. We don't know what that is. Some call it karma and destiny and so on. But the consciousness has to identify with something. It has to associate. While it has the body and the vital force, the tendency is to associate with things. Even satsang means to associate with truth. You see, so when we are in the dynamic energy and mode of consciousness that you call a person, we are addicted to experiencing and to associate with things and to want to create relationship with some things, but not with everything. It could be just one thing or two. But on the day that you're called to be empty and to be naked, you will see the thing you're holding on to, isn't it? This is what happened in the meditation and also in satsang here. Because not much room is given for the ego identity to play and to do all these things. Immediately a light goes on and it's scanning to see where the seeds of I live. And as it touches an I seed, it's going, oh. And something is going, shine it over there, like this. And those who genuinely want to look, they feel the ouch, They say, okay. And they look and they feel pain, and it's good. They come out of it. Maybe not so quick, but they are coming out of this, the eye pain, you see? And then you find again a greater space, and then you love this space. But it's not new to you because it is there in every other perceiving when you're not attached. It's clean, it's clear. You see? The mind creates the awakening as the big awakening, like, Hollywood, whoa, like this. But actually it's very natural. It's the most natural because it's already your natural being. To be empty is just that you feel so free of the burden of carrying all these things which you don't need to carry. They can be there and you're still are full of joy. They don't give you joy. They only reflect your joy because we wish to have a relationship with them, or we are compelled to have a relationship with some things. which is fine. Also, in the awakened state, you may continue having relationships, but they don't have such a profound significance, nor do they give you the feeling that they take you away from the self. You will come to see that nothing can take me away from myself. How can it possible? It's not possible. That was an old idea. You see? So this is what happens when we are still in the body. You have to try and avoid some things because, oh, that thing takes me away from the self. I know this, oh no, that takes me away from the self. You see? But as you awaken to yourself, you see, nothing takes me away from myself. It's just not possible. And yet, for so much of this earthly life, I believe these things, and then I have to be careful what I do and so on, no? I hope this doesn't come across in the wrong way, because the mind can also listen to some things and then, turn them into some distortion. Your point now, finally, is that you have come to a place where at moments you recognize the sense of being, the presence, the I am feeling.
Yes.
But when you recognize the I am feeling, something is saying, yeah, but that is also recognized.
Yes.
Are you able to recognize the I am feeling and just be the I am feeling?
No.
Why? Because when you go back to the present feeling, you can be there quite a bit.
In the person, in the moment, if we want to call that, it also doesn't feel quite I. There's always a searching going on as to where is this I, so.
Yeah. But then when you come to the state of the I am, when the I is at its purest, you see, it's not mixed with the noise of the person. Something is saying, yes, but I can also see this. I want to see if that is an avoiding energy.
Okay.
You understand?
Okay. So.
Because like some people go, no, I don't want to do I am, I just want to go to the absolute. I said, a bit sneaky, well, let's see what the I am, how can you have some allergy to I am?
But somehow doesn't feel the I-ness is not felt. It's
Isness is not felt.
I-ness is not felt. Somehow it's the otherness that's more prominent in anything that is seen. So.
Otherness, okay. So when you come to the state of the I am, it itself feels otherness. It feels like an otherness.
The otherness component is strong. So it's
Huh?
the otherness component is high.
Yes, but when you go back to the mind person state, the otherness is weaker or stronger?
It's totally other. So.
It's totally there.
Right, totally other.
It's definitely other.
Yes.
So, but even when you come to the I am, it's still other.
Yes.
So where is the place where there's no other?
That's why I'm here. So, talking to you. But
so the witnessing of the I am, is not, that weakness is not other.
Somehow it's not clicking. So it just,
Yeah.
I don't know. It's cloudy there. So.
Yeah. So are you compelled to be a gypsy in the realm of seeking? A nomad?
Hope not. So.
Because then either you are the person and people, the consciousness in its personhood mode can go on for a long time, building nests and laying eggs and sitting on eggs and building nests and like this, and feel, because it is also consciousness, you see? But then at some point it comes to a higher state where it can begin to witness and not just do donkey work, with witness. And that state is much more pleasurable, much more joy and silence and being, and it's intuitively feel the harmony of being. It will not complain. It loves it. All the beings, they love it. But you say, when I go even there, you don't spend even a night in the place of the beingness.
Yes. Oh.
But you spend quite a few nights in the place of the being the person.
Yes.
But can't you take a holiday in just the I amness? Hotel I am.
Yeah, but both of them, even though I am feels a little more home, then the movement definitely doesn't. It's not, it's smelly. It's even though unconsciously happen to be there.
Yes.
It definitely.
The fact is, the moment you come to the I am, the weaknessing of the I am is not there. It's definitely there. It's definitely there.
Yeah, but both of them, even though unconsciously happen to be there.
Yes. The fact is, the moment you come to the I am, the weaknessing of the I am is that you are that absolute state.
Yes, somehow.
Not somehow.
No, I'm.
You are that.
No, that's
but
not what I meant.
the mind feels somehow that it's going to. That the only options for you dynamically is the I am, which you only experience for a little bit, or the I am the person. You see? Yeah, but these are in front of you. There's a place where you're not doing anything at all. You're not doing anything at all. You're not making any effort.
Yes, there is,
Yeah.
but it's difficult to call it I. It is just.
Okay, forget.
There.
Don't have to call I.
It's just there. That's
Yes.
it. That's it. So.
Yes.
And then I
Yeah.
cannot
Is it
see.
apart from you?
That's where I have a problem. It's language or the mind or I don't know, but it's there. Nothing is being done, and it just.
If it
presents-
is there and it's apart from you, then the mind is calling it's there, because there is not as intimate as here.
Yes.
You understand? It is saying it's there. So when it says something is there, it means that it is apart from you. Because even if you go to the moon, when you go to the moon and you send when you send a SMS to Earth, you will say, they say, where are you? You say, I'm here. Huh? I'm on the moon. You don't say, I'm there, I'm here. Your experience is, I am here. Here means where I am. Where means now. Here means here.
Yes, I just meant it as a word, but it's can't specifically say there or here. It just is.
It
So,
just is.
Yeah, that's.
Well, this just is what we are. Is what you are. Now, if you say, but I'm just not sure of that, then you have somehow still got the smell or the touch of the person
Yes.
is not able to
Break free.
admit.
Break free. Yeah. So,
Yeah, it goes back into a sort of personal shape. And I'm asking you, can it be disregarded, this person? And you say, well, sometimes. So therefore, the person, the consciousness in the form of the person is still holding the ground.
Yes, obviously.
You
So,
see? But in itself is not a truth, but it's being believed by something. So belief is in there. Belief is holding this feeling. And belief also is phenomenal,
Yes.
because the self doesn't have to believe anything.
It's a moment. So.
A moment is also sometimes, a moment is also, moments that change
No,
is also
movement. I said it's
a
a
movement.
Movement. Belief also is a movement.
Yes,
in a way.
yes. Movement also. It's like the problem is solved, but we haven't got an agreement. This is another way that the mind can hide out. It's still holding ground. It says, yes, but, I can see the identity as a person. I can see the less identity as the I am, but the I am itself is a sort of, I can see. And I can see that the great self, the limitless, is kind of there. I said, but where are you speaking from? I said, that's the problem. Yeah. But you, who are you? They actually, so you are fluctuating. Huh? But if you are fluctuating, you are something fluctuating, something must notice this fluctuating, which itself is not fluctuating. It cannot be an opinion. It has to be clear. You see? The belief in the identity is still there. Some charge is still in it. And it's saying, I'm not going to go away. Because if I go away, you are everything. You are everything and nothing. So I'll just stay here. And then you say, yes, I just don't know what to do. You're voicing the mind.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah. It will soon drop away. That will soon drop away. No trouble.
Yes, I've been observing. I've been watching your videos for a couple of years now, and over a period of time, I see the stickiness is kind of reducing.
Yeah.
The sense of doership is reducing, and the emotional investment in things is, things are happening on their own, so you don't have to
You need to sit a little bit with this. When you come to the space of emptiness, you have to sit with this and marinate in it and contemplate. And it will dry up. This will dry up. But if you just come to it and then say, that's it, yeah, okay. All right, at least I know now. Thank you, Mooji, thank you. And then go off. But you have to somehow contemplate over and over. So that your ongoing vibration, your natural state, is never felt to be something that fluctuates. You are just always here. In doing or non-doing, it doesn't matter. All this is in front. This is your resting place, even not called resting place. But it gives rest to everything else because it is there. It introduces peace in the realm of the movement. It comes from here. It comes from this. This is the womb of existence itself. It is this place you are there, empty. So though I am acting, doing this, and look at this time, so, all this is happening, but I'm not invested in this. I'm not only this. I am this also, but I'm also beyond this. I can say I'm this also. This is my impermanent expression. This is my time-bound dynamic expression. No problem with it. It does not cost anything. It does not take anything away from what I am. This you will know totally, naturally. Not a belief. It's not a belief. It's not a new way of thinking. It's just what is. You see? Okay.
Thank you.
Good.
Thank you.
Good.
Thank you.
Good. It has to be someone who really has something to say, really has a burning question. No personal story. Anybody there? You? Is you?
Namaste, Mooji.
Namaste.
I don't have a question, I have a request. There has been a lot of grace that is being experienced all the time for many, many years. The life has been difficult also, very difficult. But it has brought me closer and closer to myself. There's an experience of God many times. But there's also a longing to be home. I don't feel I'm home yet. In Zimar in October, you told me that I needed to surrender. Something needs to be surrendered. And I've been watching this for the last 6 months. I see the false identity, the personality, the person coming in the way of that feeling of being home. My request to you is to allow me to rest this personality at your feet, to surrender it completely so that I'm free of it. And I have
when you surrender something completely, you may have to keep on, double checking that you've done it. It's not like you hand over your stuff and walk away. It has to be somehow, because life will keep checking to see, have you really surrendered that? Or have you just said you've done it? It has to test you a little bit. The life is wise like this. So you surrender and, it will keep checking and say, okay, but what about this?
Yes, I've been noticing that. I feel I've finally surrendered, and there's another place where it comes up, and another place that it comes up. And
then, as Sri Ramana Maharshi say, you must also surrender the one who surrenders. Surrender the surrenderer also. How is that going to happen? The surrenderer surrenders everything. Take my car, take my house, take my money, take this, take that, so take my devotion, take everything. Say yes, but what about you? Oh, me? Oh, really? Am I supposed to be part of the deal as well? Oh, yes, you are the main one. Oh. Surrender the surrenderer also. If you surrender the surrenderer, then you don't have to surrender anything else.
So can the surrenderer also be surrendered at your feet today?
Oh, yes.
Can I come there, please?
Yes. My feet is everywhere.
Yeah, sure. Thank you.
Thank you, my love. Thank you.
So I'm looking for clarification and help, I think.
Yes.
It seems like every time you do, and I'm going to call it that exercise, for lack of a better word, to help us see who we truly are, it comes to a place or a sense that doesn't seem like it's what you're describing.
Okay.
So I want to know if it's my mind playing tricks or if
Okay.
it really is.
Where have you come to so far that you can say that is kind of conquered ground? That's clear for me. Have you come to?
When I look at look at witnessing all the stuff, there's that space that, like the other guy was talking about, but there's no joy, there's no peace, there's nothing like you talk about there. It's just the space.
Okay. So then at least you caught something. So let's catch that something properly. So then you come to a place where you look everything is there. You've seen everything, including peace. If you have any peace or non-peace, you have witnessed that, okay, whatever is perceivable, and it's for everybody, whatever is perceivable comes up in front of that which notices that they're perceivable. I think it's simple. Nothing so metaphysical about that. You see, okay, this, even my hands, my heartbeat is also perceived. The breath, that is also perceived. Yeah? So you start with outside, and you come here, and you say, also, this is perceived. My mind trying to perceive something is also perceived. You follow?
Yes.
Yeah. So all this, anything to do with perception, including the perceiving inside this body, also is perceived. You see? So if that is the case, that everything is perceivable, and without this perceiving power, nothing is perceived. Like when the perceiving power is not there, as in deep sleep, nothing is perceived. When the perceiving software is there, everything is perceived. Okay? Is there not also the very functioning of perception, the very act that there is perceiving taking place? Isn't there awareness of this perceiving also?
I think so, but then my mind always, is it imagined or is it really awareness?
So the mind imagining that, is it really perceived, or is it imagination, or is it really awareness? That is also perceived. This is not an opinion, this is something, no? So even the mind comes and the mind says, but actually, maybe you're just imagining that you're perceiving this. Okay? But that is also perceived. He hasn't cancelled you out. And this is something very important, because we feel that the mind can be so strong that he can cancel you out, who is the perceiver. He just says, maybe you're just imagining all of this. I say, actually, maybe. Just imagine that supernaturally some being simply appear. You're sitting here, we're having a cup of chai, and this being appeared, like this. And this huge being, you know. And the being says, I am the highest being in the universe. I've taken this form to come in answer to your prayer. because you have been searching for liberation. You are searching for your highest self. I am the highest being in the universe. And I have your highest self here with me. You say, oh, really? Oh, my God. What have I done to deserve this? He says, no, no, no. I will reveal your highest self. And suddenly, wow, wow, it's my highest self. It's so amazing. It's fantastic. You know? You think, oh my God, I didn't look, 1,000 arms and blah, 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 whatever. And you say, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, I'm so beautiful, I'm so beautiful. You know? But at some point, you'll have to say, well, hang on a second. But I'm here to be seeing my highest self. So who really am I? Because is my highest self seeing me, or is me seeing my highest self? Because I'm still here. You see? And as for you, you say, I'm the highest being in the universe, but I was here and saw you coming. I was at the chai shop having chai, and I saw you appear. So even you also appear. If appearances are the testimony for facts. So my point is that even the mind rising up to say, haha, but how do you know that this is not your imagination? The mind is coming and says, aha, but how do you know that you're not just imagining this? How can you be sure that you're not just imagining that you are awake? Well, you can say, but I'm awake enough to know that I was here before you, and I see you coming, and I see you raising something for a doubt. But for whom is the doubt? Because I can see you. Unless you believe the mind, which in case is what we have been doing for a long time. Makes you doubt. You see? How do I know? How can I know? Well, actually, you can't know. First of all, to be clear as to whether this is your highest, your truest truth. To be clear. You have to start with yourself to know who you are. Because then otherwise, how will you know this is the truest truth? It cannot just be merely a belief because you are there before belief. Everything's come back to you. Now you say that I've been looking, and what have you come to? You say what I've come to is that when I see everything, I see everything, but no peace is there, and no joy is there. You witness this, there's no peace, no joy. And then something says, well, maybe you've not gone far enough. Because if you'd gone far enough, and if you've been doing it properly, you would have found peace. Well, it says, no, 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 no. Authentically you're looking, and all you found is not peace, but space. There's a sense of space there. Which would have been fine, because most of us are suffering from a lack of inner space. We are so full of... So, when we come to a sense of space internally, something feels, it's God. It's an expansion. It's not a claustrophobia. It's like expansiveness. And ordinarily, we're happy for this. Except you feel, on my checklist is peace. Peace should be there, and joy should be there, and they're not showing up. So maybe I'm not doing it right. But I say, you've done great. You're here to observe. Well, the peace also is not here. This is not here. And expectations are here. But I'm also noticing expectation also. You see how subtle you can come. Then something goes, maybe I'm never going to get it. When that is also noticed also. But some people, they get frustrated and they abandon the inquiry prematurely because frustration comes and says, maybe this is all just a riddle. We'll never come to the end of this. It's like putting two mirrors in front of each other, unending reflections. And but that's also seen. And then you want to say, please stop it. I'm enough of this. I'm enough of this. And that is all. Okay. What about if you can? Because at some point, it doesn't just go around in circles. It's not like two mirrors infinitely reflecting. Because if there were, that is also ultimately seen. And that seeing begins to just stop putting energy into the object of perception and begin to just rest in the subject of the perceiving. It happens naturally. You start just, but wait a minute, but the constant is just this, that even the act or the functioning of perceiving is being perceived. And by what? I don't know what by it. Whatever it is, one doesn't know, it's just here. And somehow there's satisfaction. Except if the mind comes and says, you're never going to get this. This is an unending questionnaire. And you believe it. Then you say, okay, I don't think this is my method. I better go back to surrender or something like that. But it is not so complicated. It is really quite simple and beautifully innocent and beautifully powerful. So let's just say peace is what you have found. So be in peace. Stay to peace. Don't listen to your mind. Because if you're listening to your mind and peace does come, it might say, it's here, but it's not the kind of peace that Mooji is speaking about. If you're used to listening, you see? So just you are aware. It's not what you're not having a shopping bag, and it's not what goes in the shopping bag. It's always just you. You're perceiving. You're here. But not you as your personal identity as a person. Just you are aware. If you can be content with this feeling of that there's just awareness here, and really there's no person being aware, the person itself appears in the awareness, there's just the awareness. Okay, the body is there, but the body is not actually participating in the inquiry, but it is needed to be there somehow. Then does that feel something is out of place? If the space is felt to be phenomenal, like you come to space, just space. But if the space actually, and your sense of self, if there's no difference, then naturally a joy will come here, because the person does not have that space. The person is always looking for space. Mind is playing in this here again. It will say something, and what happens is, it doesn't matter what the mind says, but it's that it's catching your attention. It will say, like, you see, but something is missing, because, everywhere I've read about space, I've read about peace, I've read about joy, I've read about wisdom, I've even heard about miracles, and I don't see any of that. I've only got space. You see? You say, you got space. Oh, I got the joy, but I don't have the space, There's just the space. I said, this is a wonderful discovery. Just be in the sense of space without waiting and forget everything. But if you say, but I can perceive the space. Okay, if you can perceive the space, then, and something wants to follow, then what is perceiving the space without using your mind to develop anything? Then that could take you maybe more deeply into a purer and more subtler thing. If you can say you have discovered the sense of spaciousness, and I say move in and as this spaciousness itself. But if something keeps saying, but yeah, it's kind of not enough, because if I can perceive the space, I must be different or separate from the space. I say, okay, let's follow this one then. You're perceiving space. If you're perceiving space, or if there's perceiving of space, that perceiving must be either by a subtler space or something other than space. You see? Maybe we are looking to say, but you're none of these things, including space, which is the most subtle. After space is what? Even the perceiving of space, or the perceiving of the absence of space, is perceivable. Then what can be perceiving this? And then you're looking for something phenomenal. Because of all the things that are perceivable elementally, space is the more subtle. And it is the absence of objects. Space is its own object. So if something is perceiving space, it must be subtler than space. But then the mind says, but what is it? But if it has to be an it as something, it would have to have a form. Then you're searching for something tangible, like, will I be able to recognize it? And it goes again, some loop. That which is perceiving everything, can it be perceived? Is there anything there to be perceived, tangibly? Then you must now do this now. This is the Jnana Yoga. Then you must do now. It's obvious, the question is obvious enough. What is perceiving all of this? You intuitively have the sense it is me. But it's not the usual me. It is not the person me. The person me is also perceived. Then there must be another thing which is being referred to as myself, which is impersonal. Is this impersonal space of me, does it need a form? Is it a form? Then why you can't answer this question today? Why can't you answer this question now? More and more people are coming and they're saying, I want it now. I'm saying, I'm ready too to take a look. But each time I question you, you go away and you, like tail between the legs. And I say, why you don't find? Because what is here. But if you want to find it tangibly, like, oh, I got it. I'll say, no, you can't get it. How are you going to get something you can't get? It's not something you can get. And it's not something you can lose. It can only be discovered. But the discoverer cannot keep it as a discoverer and it. Discoverer discovers that the discoverer is it. But not personally. Is this complicated? Because I got it. I am no Einstein. I'm not an Einstein. I did not even read any books about it. Maybe God used me as an example. Mooji got it, okay? The Mooji can get it. You definitely can get it. Because he doesn't have a very long attention span. And he got it. But it sounds complex because if you say, Mooji, how did you get it? I said, I didn't. No, which Mooji you're talking got it? Then you say, okay, I can't follow on this one. I can't follow this fellow at all.
So the mind can't really follow that question.
It only pretends to.
Yeah, so how?
Huh? Yeah, so how?
And I don't know the question. Perceiving the space, you can't think about it. You can't. How do you?
All of this is a problem because you think you're an object. All of this thing come because you think you are an object and you're standing here. And you're trying to find a subject which cannot do this. So there's a sense of separation. But you are not an object. You are the subject that has not even the least trace of object in it. You are the subject beyond the concept of a subject. And all of this is pure subjectivity. You're trying to find something, but you're trying to find it as other. And it is the one thing that is not other. Everything else can appear to be other. Even your eye is other to it. You can say, I can say like this. I don't want to create a riddle. We're sitting here and you come to ask me, how can I would like to meet you at Sri Satantananda Ashram. I said, but we're here. I said, you say, but Mooji, I know that intellectually, okay? But I really want to experience it. I said, but you are here. There's nothing intellectual about it. He said, yes, I know, you are a very wise person, and, maybe you can give me some blessing or some city, and then I can really know it like you know it. But I said, but we are here. And then he said, yeah, Mooji, come on, really, I really, look, I'll touch your feet, okay? I'll touch your feet. And then I see the problem, and I said, okay, I tell you, you go outside there, and there's one rickshaw there. Get in this rickshaw and tell them, take me to Topavan. Oh, Mooji, now you're on my road. Now you're on my road. Okay, go to Topavan. When you get to Topavan, okay, just stop at Topavan and have 1 cup of chai. Okay? And just say, Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Okay? Then cross the road and get another rickshaw, but not the same color. Okay? And go and tell him, Sri Sattanchananda Ashram. And it will take you nearly the same amount of time as it takes you to go up there. Maybe you come back, you'll find the place in 20 minutes. Mooji, thank you. You're so kind. No, you're so approachable. Okay, bye. And you go off. And I hear, you're off, And then half an hour you come inside the room. Hey, Mooji. But I've been here before. I said, I told you. But can it be like this, or is there something? There's another twist about it. Because it's not a physical place. It's not a physical place. So it doesn't take physical distance, because it's not a physical place. It doesn't take any physical distance. So what can be hiding it then? What can be hiding it? You say it's here, you say it's now, you say I cannot be different from it. I just don't get that. I said, okay, the only thing that can be seemingly in the way is who you think you are presently. Who you believe you are at this moment is obscuring the intuitive recognition of what you actually are. You're so you that actually you don't even, when you know you are you don't have to think about being you. But because at the moment we're on an idea that you're not you and you're some distance away, and you have to try something to get to you, then all of this came about. But it's not your fault, It's a game. It's not a fault. But who created this game? Is it a benevolent power? Is it a kind power that created this game? Or is it a joker that created this game? Or is it not a very nice God that created this game? Or did you have anything to do with it? Did you, together with God, say, you know what, I don't want to come back as with a worldly attractiveness. I want to be a little bit, that I have to use my mind more. That people won't immediately like me when they see me. But then it will give me a lot of space to meditate, because I won't have much friends. And then someone said, actually, I'd love to be really attractive in my next play. I want to be very attractive and everybody loves me. But then I will forget myself more, because I really believe I am this one. Who knows? Anybody can answer this question? I don't know. What stands in the way? Because you believe you have to do something. You have to change something. You have to get away from something to get to the real place of self. And that belief still has some respect. You have a respect and a value for your belief. You believe it into existence, and now it becomes your experience. And even if I say something, it has to appease your present belief or something. Some people come and they offer themselves and they say, listen, I am willing to drop everything that I believe right here, as much as I'm able to. Just start from a clean slate and see if is there something to rebuild. And I said, there's nothing to rebuild. There's perhaps not even anything to deconstruct even. There's only a seeing that needs to happen. And this is what we are doing here in Rishikesh. See if what you're seeing, what you're searching for, is outside or inside. Or neither outside nor inside. And it will seem like a riddle to the logical mind and to a sort of mindset that just believe in what the eyes see. But you have come here, and I've already taken that grace has bought your ticket and brought you here to partake in this exploration and to find truth as soon as possible, ASAP. Truth, ASAP. Please. And I say, I like this, I'm up for that. I'm up for it if it is possible. Because it is not enough that you want it and I'm ready to share with you, to look with you. Maybe some other factor is involved. Grace, you may say, timing, or something may have something to do with it. But whatever it is, you will not leave this place the way you came. If you've come here with this urge burning in your heart, something will change in you. If you've been here for more than 3 days, you will not move from this place without a positive transformation towards your own light, the discovery of your own light. It's not possible. Even if your mind is giving you a hard time, tormenting you. You know why it would be tormenting you here? Because it knows you're onto something. Otherwise, it would just say to you, listen, Mooji's a nice guy. He's got a nice satsang. Go there. Because you will know, listen, at the end of satsang, I'm right with you. We can leave. But sometimes people have to fight to just be here. Because your mind wants to somehow go somewhere. Not always. Sometimes the mind wants to be in satsang. It has reached a certain stage where it really enjoys and is so just thinning away into satsang. And it looks like you are one of the people who have come and you really somehow have to work through this. And you have to. So just to recap, you came forward, you say, I see everything, I see the space, I see all this stuff, but peace is not there and joy is not there. So am I missing something? No? Can we continue from here, or where are you with this?
No, what I heard was that the space is fine, you don't have to have everything else. That's the essence of what you're looking for.
Yeah.
But not looking
No,
for it.
no, not the space as in the space. You're not looking for the space. The space is there. The space is there.
I know, and like in being or in awareness of the space, there doesn't have to be anything else.
Yes. Okay. So the important thing is the awareness and not the space. You follow? Because if it is what is showing up in the space, first there's space, and is there now what else will show up in the space, like peace and joy and so on, then it is still something phenomenal. Because the peace can go, the space can contract, the happiness can fade. Yeah? But the weakness of them, can something happen to the weakness of them? And it's right here. Come on, it's right here. All of this is happening right here. Now I see now there's space. Space is arising here now. There's space, it's there. I cannot even say it is arising, but I'm more aware of it. I'm aware of space here. There's no clutter here. Yes, okay, fine. There's space. Yeah? But yes, there's supposed to be peace. No, but there's no peace here. So I take up my little checklist again, peace, joy. There's no joy. So maybe you see, so back in the mind it goes something. Mind is come. So you're not shopping for anything. You're not shopping for anything. You're not going to go shopping and come back with a self or anything. You're just looking and you're seeing over and over and over again. Everything comes and goes. Everything comes and goes. Except the weakness of them. Relative to them, the weakness is stable. And the weakness has a certain vibration, a certain sense of presence. Then be rooted in that presence. Just stay as the presence, because you're not creating. Is the presence coming and going also? You find out, no, relative to everything else, the sense of presence is stable, is here. You're moving about daily in the sense of presence, with a sense of presence. Is a higher state of consciousness than the person. And when you feel the sense of presence, you're not confused, you feel very peaceful, very happy, light, and so on. You see? Like this. So you start there. Then at a certain point, you see that the presence, nobody's keeping the presence. Nobody's doing any mantra to be presence. You see? The presence is just there. Nobody received the presence. The presence is synonymous with your sense of being. It's one thing. You say, oh my God. Then even perceiving of things you're not doing. It's happening spontaneously. The perceiving of things and even the sense of identity and desire for something, it is being perceived. But previously, there was a lot of identification with that, and so it feels much more intimate. But now that can just be seen, and the pull can be felt. But the one thing that is not disturbed is the sense of presence. Only when from the sense of presence goes belief and identity, then it actually affects the way that the experiencing feels. But always to the sense of presence. The sense of presence. Then occasionally, somebody comes and says, Mooji, the sense of presence that you speak of, I feel it. It is seen. Because it is experiencing everything, but also, it is also perceivable. I said, who said that? Oh, come forward, huh? You who perceive sense of presence now. What is your shape? What is your date of birth? What is your star sign? Yeah. No star sign. No date of birth. No gender. Any problem? No problem. What religion are you? No religion, actually. My bodily identity is from this religion, but from where we are speaking now, I don't know. It's not really religion, actually. I don't know if you can say that. Then who is speaking? Who is speaking now? Well, in a way, I can say it is that speaking, but it doesn't really speak like this. I say, this feels okay. This is yourself. Wow. Then sometimes a question come here, but how can I be sure? I say, oh my gosh, no. Can I be sure? Who is going to be sure? Oh, it's my mind again. Yeah. Yes. Then you will see, for a while, the mind is going to come up like this and ask questions, and we'll see how much they're able to distract your attention. And if they keep distracting, then the mind is trying to build a new person out of that distraction. And you are going to be tested. Just like Jesus Christ, after the baptism, some force brought him to the wilderness to be tested. And it made his body hungry and tired, and he felt alone. And usually, when you feel like this, then your satsang doesn't feel great. Yeah? It's fine, you feel full power when you're in your cappuccino state of consciousness. And yes, I can see everything. No? But when you're feeling sick and, just broke up from your relationship and somebody spilled coffee over your nice clothes and, and are you still pure awareness? You see? This is what we want to know. So life is going to check you. Still awareness? Yeah, still awareness. What will change? Don't identify. And don't curse. And don't try to grasp. Let it move by itself. Leave what is changeful by nature to change. It is nature. But you remain the weakness of this without identity and see like that. It is already happening. For all of you, it is happening. This seeing is becoming more and more clear, more light. But there are some little knots. And these knots are often to do with memory and identity and a sense of maybe some bit of injustice that you've been carrying for a while, some old hurt that is now time to offer up to existence again, and something feels, I'm not sure if I'm ready for this, and these kind of things may happen. Huh? It is all part of this play. In a few days, we're going to just have a little fire ceremony here. Call it White Fire Ceremony, where whatever you feel you're recognizing now more and more, and you feel this I want to offer now, I want to offer everything, you can put it into the fire. It's just a gesture. It will have a power for you. You see. And the true powers in the universe are supporting you. The auspicious powers in the universe, it is they that call you and they are supporting you. Even now they're supporting you. But your mind has something to say about it. You see? And this one you must transcend. This voice you must transcend. First you must come to know and identify this voice. You must come to know the difference between yourself and your mind, your psychological mind play. As soon as you know this, you will see the game is marked out and you will know how your function is. And you'll be able to stay, not go to the self, stay as the self. Go to the self means you're not there yet. But I say, as I'm pointing it out, stay as what you are seeing. Like this, you are saying. Yeah.
So, to maybe say what you said differently, can I almost then just like almost ignoring the voice in our head then?
The voice in the head.
Yeah, just like thanks for sharing.
Yes. Don't fight with it, because it is strengthened by your resistance. Because when you resist, you become a person to resist. When you observe and leave it, you take no identity. If you fight, then you start to become a fighter of thought, which itself is a thought. You just simply notice it and you give no energy. One of the great powers you have is to ignore things. When you ignore them, they lose their significance. When their significance are gone, they're finished, they have no power. The mind, in the psychological aspect of the mind, has grown on a scholarship of your interest and your power. It is your power that it uses. And it is your power that you're receiving again.
When you say you're saying you're as the awareness?
Yes. Yes, you can say this, or the consciousness or the sense I am imparts a power to it. It's just a game, it is work like this. Very good. I'm very happy that we can give this kind of attention because usually it starts to wobble, something starts to wobble, and that you can stay with it and follow through inside, internally. This is what I call instant sadhana. As you're listening, you're following through and checking, because it is immediate. I'm not telling you something that you're developing so that later on it will come through. You see? Immediately as you are here present, something is scanning and looking, and you're looking at the thing which is scanning also. And what shows up in its light, and the fact that you're seeing the very scanning also. And that which is seeing the scanning cannot be scanned. You're seeing all these things. What is happening here is that what may have taken you in normal time 3, 4, 5 years, even lifetimes, all of this is burning in just a short time. It's all just been compacted, you see, and just put to the fire, actually. And this is why so much the mind is awakening to its source. Because the room is not being offered to it just to keep on inventing and fantasizing spirituality, but to actually come to your immediate seeing. You see? So the short time you spend here is giving you back a lot of time, a lot of space again. So that you're not so easily pulled off by the drifting streams of the personal mind. That you get acquainted, you get familiar, get comfortable with the state of emptiness. And don't take the reading from the mind that you're being irresponsible, you're dropping out, you're not following your purpose and all of this nonsense. No awakened being is walking around with a bag full of concepts. They're not doing it. They're simply attuned. Yes. They're simply synchronized somehow, attuned with a universal vibration. And so whatever comes, their expressions is totally in alignment with the self. They are spontaneity, the embodiment of spontaneity itself. They are moving fresh like this. The mind is always late for them. It's always late. Because if something happens in a millionth of a second, they know I'm already here to perceive it. The mind is always past. It's always past. So, no.
Little voice is saying stuff, but that's about it.
A voice is saying?
It's trying to grab my attention, trying to...
Yeah. As soon as you recognize that you're also without attention, you don't need attention also. Attention needs you to function. You're just the space, that's the vastness that you're here. This body is belong to you, you can say. You're also appearing in this body, moving, having relationships, doing all the things in the world, and you're beyond it also as pure awareness. But you don't have to shift gear, person, gear awareness, gear future, gear past, gear reverse, go back. None of this. Simultaneously, you are functioning on multi-dimensions. Don't ask how. You don't need to know how. You don't need to know how. You cannot know how. Just be empty and you see everything is working by itself. Everything is working by itself. The minute you start to say how to do it, you become a person who is trying to do it. This is why I say know nothing. But don't be someone trying to know nothing. Good, good. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thanks everybody for your attention today. Thank you for your attention today. I would like to say to you now that just at a vibration level for me, I feel somehow these pointings are being absorbed at some level. The vibration feels like this largely. Of course, there are people who are new here and who feel, whoa, what's going on or something. This is a natural reaction. This is perfectly fine. But the energy field that is created through your own in-seeing, it is a powerhouse by itself. A number of people have reported, like, we have stepped in the hall and it's like entering into a pool of grace, like that. That doesn't happen when you're sitting just in a lecture. It happens because somehow you are allowing yourself out, actually, to experience your own true nature like this. And it's not sweaty work. Yes, of course, it can be cathartic in its expression. As the old, stale energies start to shift and come to the surface, you may feel some, oh my God, that breath. You may feel, oh my God, this is too much. It's too much. But you just keep quiet, because you're not that which is saying it's too much. Underneath this, you are there. And nothing is too much for you, because you are untouched. You must more and more discover this untouched space. And naturally, the other levels will find their appropriate functioning. Don't worry for that. Don't let your attention run off into the small capillaries and veins. Stay in the main artery of seeing. So when the mind wants to take you down some subtle thing, just keep quiet and stay put. There's nothing there for you. There's nothing there for you. He wants to take you into some back alley and mug you around there. There's nothing there for you. You stay put as you are. And grow to love your place, wherever you are. Appreciate its enoughness, its sense of completeness. And don't listen to these energies which come to tell you, no, it's better here, and have you tried this, and have you done, because it will come, it will use other people, other forms, who are in weaker states, to come and say things to you, and see if your attention. But remember, in the big picture, it is all the play of the consciousness, and its work is good, because you have to get tested. You have to be bitten somehow. And because all of this sharpens your Dharma eye, sharpens your powers of discerning. And it is beautiful when you're feeling your own powers, your true energies working again. You lose fear. You say, but wait a minute, I can bring anything in the light of my inquiry, like that. You see? And you begin to enjoy your looking. You enjoy observing, but even without becoming attached to it. It is only a function in you, a capacity we have to observe without identity. Mind, when the consciousness splits off and become mind and person, you see, you're in the realm of a lot of heavier vibration, you see. You want to take life personally, you're seeing things personally. And because of this, you move very slowly Although you're getting sweaty and hot and bothered, you're actually moving very slowly, like walking through some sludge or something. Whereas when you're in the height of your consciousness again, in a state of no mind, everything is unfolding by itself. You're not pulling things about. You don't have to manipulate nature because you have no desire. Why? Because all things are unfolding in your desirelessness, and therefore you're beautifully content. Then you will not have any doubt as to the Supreme Being. You'll feel its everywhereness and the way that it permeates your entire being like that. This is your salvation. This is your self-discovering, you see. So don't be disheartened, don't be discouraged simply because you're feeling the fireworks of your seeing. These are just passing, you're just detoxing. It's just a detox. And grace is doing it. This is panchakarma for your mind. You see? So don't worry about it. It's okay, it's happening. Don't worry. Nothing is happening to you, and you will come to see for yourself. You see? So, very good. Amashvaya Namah. Someone will come now. So remember, you're not here merely for an experience which will wear off. Let them happen, experiences will come and go. This is okay. But you're not here for that which is only moving in time. You're here to discover the unchanging. And so universal it is that wherever you go, wherever you will go in the life, you will begin to notice that simply the scenes are changing, but the seer is unchanging. Yeah? The scenes are different, but the seer is constant, you see, like this. Also, as you stay, as I said, just observing, getting comfortable, used to this witnessing place, and you're seeing things coming, but now you're not following them. They just appear, but you're not following them. Just, you see, in the beginning when we are learning, becoming more aware and observing, your attention seems to go with the thing that come. You want to follow, you want to develop into a story. But now after a while, you see that the simple things that they appear, but the eyes are not moving. The attention is not going with them. The attention is sort of like staying in this here-ness. And then this environment of seeing is full of serenity and peace. And then you begin to enjoy, you see. There's a joy arising in you, a detachment. So nobody has to encourage you anymore to inquire. You are loving it for the power that it is returning to you. Yeah, very good. No, you guys.
Sitaram, Jai Jai Ram. 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 Sitaram,
Jai Jai Ram, Sitaram, Jai Jai Ram,
Join us.
Sitaram, Jai Jai Ram, Sitaram, Jai Jai Ram, Sitaram, Jai Jai Ram, Sitaram, Jai Jai Ram. Sitaram, Jai Jai Ram, Sitaram, Jai Jai Ram, Sitaram, Jai Jai Ram,
Jai Jai Ram.
Sitaram, Jai Jai Ram,
Sitaram.
Sitaram,
Sitaram.
Jai Jai Ram,
Jai Jai Ram.
Sitaram,
Jai Jai Ram.
Sitaram, Jai Jai Ram, Sitaram, Jai Jai Ram,
Jai Shri Mooji.
Sitaram, Jai Jai Ram, Sitaram, Jai Jai Ram, Sitaram,
Sitaram.
Jai Jai Ram,
Jai Jai Ram.
Sitaram, Jai Jai Ram, Sitaram,
Sitaram.
Jai Jai Ram,
Jai Jai Ram.
Sitaram, Jai Jai Ram, Sitaram, Jai Jai Ram, Sitaram, Jai Jai Ram,
Jai Ganga.
Sitaram, Jai Jai Ram, Sitaram, Jai Jai Ram, Sitaram,
Sitaram.
Jai Jai Ram,
Jai Jai Ram.
Sitaram,
Jai Jai Ram.
Sitaram,
Sitaram.
Jai Jai Ram,
Jai Jai Ram.
Sitaram,
Jai Jai Ram.
Sitaram, Jai Jai Ram, Sitaram, Jai Jai
Jai
Ram,
Hanuman.
Sitaram, Jai Jai Ram, Sitaram, Jai Jai Ram, Ramana,
Sitaram.
Jai Jai Ram,
Jai Jai Ram.
Sitaram,
Jai Jai Ram.
Sitaram,
Sitaram.
Jai Jai Ram,
Jai Jai Ram.
Sitaram,
Jai Jai Ram.
Sitaram, Jai Jai Ram, Sitaram, Jai Jai
Jai
Ram,
Arunachala.
Sitaram, Jai Jai Ram, Sitaram, Jai Jai Ram. Arunachala Shiva Nam. Jai Jai Ram.
Jai Jai Ram. Jai Jai Ram. Sita 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 Ram.
Arunachala Shiva.
Sitaram, Jai Shri Mooji. Sitaram, Jai Jai Ram. Sitaram, Jai Jai Ram. Sitaram, Jai Jai Ram. Jai Jai Ram.
Sitaram,
Sitaram,
Jai Ram.
Jai Jai Ram. Jai Jai Ram. Sitaram, 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 Jai Shri Mooji. Sitaram, Jai Jai Ram. Sitaram, Jai Jai Ram. Sitaram, Jai Jai Ram. Sitaram, Jai Jai Ram.
Om Shri Sadguru Ramana ki. Babaji ki. Shri Buddha ki. Shri Christ ki. Shri Krishna ki. Shri Nandamayi ki. Shri Yogi Ram Surat Kumar ki. Shri Mahadev ki. Shri Ganga ki. Shri Ram ki. Sahaja ki.
Shri Mooji ji ki.